And MTG nerds, gamers, enthusiasts, much love, love you, Trav here, and we're gonna do some marketing analysis of how people get their Magic cards, how they buy them, and what they buy. I'm gonna tell you why I did this and ramifications of it. We're gonna have a discussion of that as well. But if you're into MTG finance, if you're into buying and selling cards, if you're just a curious individual and you like all things Magic, then let's dive in. So, how do you buy your cards? Part one. Where do you get them? And by far, 130 people said the local game store. By the way, I conducted this survey in the Magic for Good group. There's a link to that. A lot of you are already in there. 130 people, the most people buy their cards from the local game store by far, and then a lot of people get their cards from TCG, SCG, CFB, CK, etc., online card stores. A lot of people trade for the cards they want. And then Facebook groups were surprisingly popular, as we can see Facebook and Facebook group buy, sell, trade specifically down below. So surprised a lot of that. Decent amount of eBay, a little bit of Amazon, Magic Card Market. Harambe gives them to me. That's a kind of a joke. Shout out to Harambe. Harambe deserves to live. Puka trade. It's not. That's not. That part is not a joke. But it's a popular troll meme right now that's totally unrelated to this discussion. Finding packs in the ground at an LGS is also a joke. Someone posted in the group that they found a foil figure of Destiny on the ground and they got kind of swarmed over being a thief or whatever. So that's a joke too. Dealer booth at events, not a joke. In the past, I've gotten a lot of my cards at dealer booth at events. I have a dealer. I'm not sure if that's a joke or not. I think that might be. Garage sale. Some people are garage sale raiders. A few people were like, "Oh, I win all of my cards now. Cool story, bro. I'm so impressed. Super presh." How do you buy your card? So, I mean, yeah. What do we make of that? I'm gonna tell you what we make of that in a moment. How do you buy your cards? Part two. What kind of product do you buy? Most people buy singles and then boxes and cases. And then what's interesting is in the group, the people who responded, more people buy boxes and cases than individual packs. That's weird, but it's not necessarily surprising when you consider that Magic players are a lot of them are older people with money. They're not kids buying Lucy's necessarily. Draft cards on the ground at LGS again. It's a joke, and it's funny. Fat packs, people still like those. MTGO tickets, I buy them. Dual decks and precons, I'm into. Slovakian smugglers. Whole deck lots, not a lot of people buy whole decks. So, what do you make of this? Now, conducted this research for a specific end, and quick background on my marketing history. I'm into marketing. I've done a fair amount of projects in the past. I got a degree in marketing from University of Washington Foster School of Business. I actually worked as an intern in the Wizards of the Coast marketing department, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video. There's not so much I can say though because of NDA, and I have my own little personal brand business, so I'm into marketing, and one of the things that I've learned is before you make a big move, you want to figure out as much as you can about the market, how much money is in it, how the money moves, how people behave, where they buy, where they sell, what they're buying, what they're selling, etc., etc. In this case, I've been thinking about setting up a website similar to MTG Goldfish or tappedout.net or MTG Top 8. Those are the sites where you put in a deck and then you can share it. And then there's a little buy button on the side where you can get the whole deck lot from TCG or from Card Hoarder online. And if you have the site, you send the link, you get like 3% commission. So I've been thinking about whether I would want to spend, because I can't design that website, spend to have my own version of MTG Goldfish. Like what kind of basically is it worth it based on buyer information? So what I was really looking for is people down here. No one even said I had on here. A lot of people said TCG, SCG, but I had on here follow a link from YouTube or from an article, from a whole deck article like MTG Goldfish or something like that, or a whole deck builder, and no one said yes. And then over here, only a few people said whole deck lots. So based on that information, I would not want to build a website that did that. Just me personally, it doesn't seem like it would make sense. I think MTG Goldfish is a great site and I use it, but I don't know, and it's probably would be worth me reaching out to Saffron Olive and some of those guys over there, figure out what's going on. But I don't really want to compete, is what I decided. So that is the main thing that I learned, because that was my intention of conducting this. But I'm curious what you learned and what you see, how you could use this information, what you would do with this information, what you're surprised by, what you're think is lacking. If you think that this experiment was not designed well for some reason, I'd be happy to hear that as well. If you um, Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. In general, if you're gonna do anything, doing a little research first can save a lot of time. I've definitely just charged in, and if you just run experiments, if you gather information, you run studies, you can learn a lot ahead of time to save you from just basically wasting a ton of time. I might have saved a lot of money and time from running this experiment. So let me know what you think. Add to the discussion. I'm excited to hear what you say, your analysis, what you can add to the conversation, what you would do, etc., etc. So much love, and I hope you found this enjoyable. And I have some more surveys and stuff like this coming, so about how people play Magic. So stay tuned. And thank you to everyone who participated. And if you've not yet joined the group, join the group. Magic for Good. There's a link in the description. We do cool stuff like that in here. So thanks to everyone who participates, and I will see you in the